Okay, guys, we're in After Effects CC. We're going to export this composition into a h264 mp4 file. Okay. Let me just delete that and let me just close this so you can see what happens. Okay, so in After Effects, you click the composition that you want to export. Do me a favor, make sure that the work area bar, so if you're zoomed in, just zoom out, make sure this bar right here is expanded to the whole duration of your comp if you want the whole comp. If you only want a section of it, then yeah, you can shrink it and it'll export only those areas, okay? But if you want the whole comp, make sure that this bar, the work area bar, is spread out to the whole duration of the composition, okay? Now, with the composition selected, you're gonna right click, sorry, I apologize. With it selected, go to File, Export, and add to Adobe Media Encoder Queue. Okay, Render Queue does not have the h264 mp4 option. You need to click on this. This will open up a subprogram of the Adobe software. Now, if it's your first time activating it, it will take a few minutes for it to warm up. Yeah, just wait, be patient for it to activate in the background. Okay. So there's Adobe Media Encoder. It's bouncing around and it's going to open up soon. And from there, and why Adobe does this, it's actually pretty smart. They use this as well for Adobe Premiere Pro. While you're exporting, you can go back to the program you're still editing, animating, doing motion graphics, etc., and let it do its thing in the background, render it into file formats. Okay, so that's kind of a cool thing because it allows you to go back to work and do your thing. Okay, so here's the dialog box. Don't worry about this other stuff. You can export other things in this program, but it's connected to the After Effects format. Just drop this down. Just make sure. Oops, I'm gonna cancel that. Drop down. Just make sure it's in the H264 format. That's the one we want. Match the height rate. That's great. Just make sure you know where you're saving it. So I can see here it's in my desktop under this course, under the countdown folder, and that's great. If you don't know where this is, click on this and tell the computer where you want this to be saved. So if you don't want to take chances, just throw it on your desktop and then put it on your desktop. But I know what this is, period 2. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to leave it there in the countdown. This is important. Make sure you click on the play button and you'll see here a dialog box. Okay. And this is a great time where you can go back to your After Effects and maybe work on your CPT and do or work on another comp or something like that. Because in the background, After Effects, Media Encoder will do its thing, rendering your video file or your animation into a MP4. Okay, so for a 5-second animation, it should be pretty quick, unless it's got crazy special effects and stuff. Then it'll take longer for the computer to render it frame by frame. You should hear a sound, or you can see a check mark. If you go in the location on your computer where you saved it, desktop, right, and there it is. So this is what the file you'll upload to your Google Classroom. Okay, hopefully that was helpful.